with a Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins number one.
Every day come cool and shady. I'm airing you 'cause
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Tonight we kick off week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills.
Matt Raiders set to kick off.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll run. Here's and that to the 30. It'll be second down. This defense for the Bills, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Right back to Achane on second down.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Hey, look at this defense. They're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start the drive with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Cook again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Good.
A give, running right, Achane. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Hey, 21 to you. Ready?
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A run straight ahead with H.M. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Tua sets up to pass it. A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in the game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Tua. Escaping the pressure right. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Allen. Flushed out right. And that's caught inside the 35. They'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 30-yard line. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills have answered that early field goal to take the first quarter lead. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. With power here. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They are riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. Matt Prater to add the PAT. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good.
14, Dolphins 3. Matt Prater set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. A quick hitter complete. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Tua. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. When you look at this Buffalo defense, they're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
Tua going to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 38-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run on first down with Wright. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Second down and 4. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
So we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
Yards to go.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Tua going to change the play. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. De'Ami Brown, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
The Bills at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to net.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Regular.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. On the return, Johnson. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Tua going to give this to Wright. Nice his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now Tua. incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers. And he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie. But that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll drop to throw. Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Gregory Rousseau. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They run it again with Cook. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Allen from the gun on third down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Look at the big man rumble. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dalton Kincaid. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
Matt Prater is set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try to put some pressure on the defense.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Hook made by Terrell Bernard. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, I want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kincaid on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Bills 28, Dolphins 10. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I think put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
To throw is Wilson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now inside the 25. And down to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 35. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do. And you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Let's go now.
Again, Wilson. That's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Running from the shotgun with Madison. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Now Wilson. And it's caught. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And Brown's got it. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This now a 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
To throw, it's Allen. Flush to his right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or hit straight.
And this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Their own 7-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. After the interception, here's Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now it's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. Now he's loose at the 40. To the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
The kick is good.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 28-24 game. So time it up for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
31-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
To the air, Allen. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Allen now looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. And even 50 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
All 52. Alert! Middle.
Throwing now is Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. James Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Dolphins 24. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small magical spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Throwing is Wilson. Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine. Well, ended up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 12.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down. My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Half the 60.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Maxwell Hairston. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
This is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 86 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Now Allen sliding out of the pocket. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Middle. Half 85. Half 85. That's it.
Now Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Second and 5.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And the Bills are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
First down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Cook is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the Dolphins' 3-yard line.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Flushed out right.
I guess it's time to date myself a little bit because I remember Dan Marino running a similar play to this on a Monday night game against the Jets way back when. He's going to fake the spike and hope that the defense lets his guard down, but they were at work there, and this ends up incomplete.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Allen. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Kenneth Grant in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Matt Prater set to kick off.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. His way forward, and he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
But he's caught downfield. It's Waller. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. It's a big play there for Miami. 45 yards.
First down.
Wilson. Being chased out left. And his throw here is incomplete.
And I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Second and 10. To throw again is Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
We've seen this play a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there of playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
At the 33-yard line.
Allen going to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness, there was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Hey, tight.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
At the 45-yard line.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Back to throw. Allen.
That is caught by Shakir.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play here for Buffalo. 51 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Cook. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Hey, home. Regular. Alert!
And Allen is actually going to throw it here, eluding the pressure right. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack, and that makes things tougher here on 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Allen. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Great job here by this defense. They try to bring the receiver from one side of the field to the other, hoping he'll get lost in the wash. But a really nice job there to make a quick tackle and force 4th and goal.
Round 80, off 52. 56. 5 wide. Monday.
Allen going to go on 4th down. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown.
Khalil Shakir
From 3 yards out.
and the Bills have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.